Today we're going to talk about breathing, stress relief, and inflammation. Breathing is an incredibly complex topic, although most of us seem to manage okay as we get through our days. But science is starting to point more and more to the power of using breath to fix a lot of different issues in the body. A couple of studies I was looking at recently, one I found really interesting going into the holiday season, is they compared 20 minutes of breathing practices compared to 20 minutes of reading. And what they were looking for is they were testing inflammatory markers in the saliva. So what they found was that 20 minutes of breathing versus 20 minutes of relaxed reading actually decreased the level of inflammatory markers in the breathing group compared to the reading group. And that was fairly powerful for me, because one of the things we've talked a lot about in Z-Health for a long, long time, and obviously breathing has been a practice used around the world for thousands upon thousands of years, is how powerful breathing is in regulating the tone between the sympathetic, which is your fight or flight nervous system, and your parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest nervous system. And one of the things we know is that exhalation-based breathing tends to increase parasympathetic activity in the body, which means it calms us down and helps us deal with stress. Now, we're coming up on the holiday season, and I don't know about you guys, but sometimes there is some stress around the holidays. So I'm going to cover with you literally the most basic idea around breathing. And what I want you to recognize is that when you do breathing, good basic breathing exercises, it can have a powerful impact on you in many, many ways. It can lower your stress, apparently decrease inflammatory markers in your body. Another thing that I was looking at recently, which was quite cool, was that they tested a big group of people looking at their basic movement competency, and what they found was that, and they were also looking at breathing issues, and what they found is that people with breathing issues moved worse than those that didn't. And the whole point was that people that struggle with breathing tend to struggle with movement as well. Because it is the baseline for everything that we do. So in Z-Health, we focus a lot on breathing. We have a ton of different exercises, but let's start off with just the most basic one. Because as you go in the holiday season, I don't want you to have to think about a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the floor and we're going to focus on just basic abdominal breathing. And what we're going to focus on is breathing in for 2 to 3 seconds, holding for 2 to 3 seconds, and then breathing out for 6 seconds. All right, nothing super complicated. But what we want to focus on here is the action of the body. So we're going to go to the floor. And what I'm going to ask you to do is lay on your back and place one hand on your abdomen, one hand on your chest. Now you want your head to be relaxed, the rest of your body is as loose as it can be. So I would be here. Now my primary focus is going to be breathing in and preferably out through my nose. If you don't feel comfortable breathing in through your nose, you can also focus on breathing into the nose, out through the mouth, if that's more comfortable. Second thing is, if you're like this because you have some tension in your back, go ahead and use a pillow or something so that you can be comfortably on the floor. So we're going to be here. I'll focus on that 2 second in, hold, 6 seconds out. Brief pause, repeat. Now, the idea here is as I'm doing that cycle, my primary focus needs to be on the hand that's on my abdomen. As I inhale, my abdominal hand should elevate toward the ceiling. As I exhale, it should relax and move toward the floor. That's the basics. This is just called coherent breathing in some circles. It's super simple, deep diaphragmatic breathing. The goal here would be to set a timer for somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes and just work on that cycle. Now, if you're one of those people that you can make it look like you're breathing correctly, but you know that you're using a lot of muscle tension, another option is to add some weight to your abdomen. So, for instance, I'm just going to got a little 25-pound plate here. So I'm going to lay down, and I'll just place this on my abdomen. All right. Now, it should be comfortable. If you don't have a weight plate, you can put a heavy bag of rice or a cat or something else on your stomach. And again, I'm just going to lay here, relax, get comfortable, and I'll start my same process. And what we should be able to feel is that we're pushing the weight away and letting the weight sink back in between the inhale and the exhale. So the timing really isn't that important. I just like for people to exhale longer than they inhale. So if you need to breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 1 second, out for 3, it doesn't matter. But the whole point, like I said, is to calm down, work on that deep diaphragmatic breathing, which is going to be exemplified by the movement of the abdomen. Do that for about 10 minutes. If you can do that once or twice a day, it's going to have really a profound impact on you. Now, if 10 minutes sounds too long, this is something else from research, don't stress out about it. Try 1 minute. Try a minute and a half. Make it fit, because if you lay down and you're tense about getting your breathing practice in, it will probably interfere with the good effects. So that's it for now. Give this a shot. If you have any questions about it, please let us know. There's tons of information out there about breathing, but I wanted you going into the holidays to have one simple thing to focus on. So let us know how this helps. Thanks. Here in a traditional fitness setting is with
Landon, you wrecked it.
You wrecked it, dude. All right, let's try it again.
We're doing 2. And it's all Landon's fault.